Tonight on CTV News, we have a look at a pro-life issue around the local area. Plus, later on, we have a construction update.
All this plus sports, weather, and entertainment starting now.
Good evening, and thanks for watching our first news show of the semester. I'm Willis Scott.
And I'm Marlo Lundak. Here's the latest in the world.
Mayor Wade Troxel will speak at the annual State of the City address on Monday, January 30th. It will take place from 6 in the evening till 7 and will be located at the Fort Collins Armory, 314 East Mountain Avenue. The mayor and the city manager, Darren Atbury, will explore innovation, co-creation, and how the city has become a platform for both. City Council will discuss and review the accomplishments in 2016 and then discuss the new city goals for 2017. Residents of Fort Collins are welcome to the event to learn more about solving problems and ways to become more engaged in the community. Space is limited, so people planning to attend the event are required to RSVP at fcgov.com/State of the City.
Danforth Chapel, which had its historic stained glass window broken during a burglary this past fall, will replace the broken window this summer. According to Fred Habericht, Assistant Director of Facilities Management at Colorado State University, the total preliminary cost for the window is less than $10,000. Emil Fry and Company has partnered with the university in order to repair the window. They are using pictures taken of the window as well as some of the stained glass that was salvaged after the burglary. According to Habericht, the window was installed in 1954 when the chapel was built and is part of the original building design, all of which was designed and fabricated by Emil Fry and Company of St. Louis.
The pro-life group at CSU is suing the university. They say their free speech was stifled when they were denied money offered to clubs who bring speakers to campus. CSU offers grant money to student clubs who bring speakers to campus. The Students for Life Club president, Emily Faulkner, says her club was denied a grant because their pro-life speaker wasn't considered unbiased.
This is a free speech issue. It's not about pro-life, pro-choice. It's a free speech issue. And so when people try to silence your viewpoint, it really makes me mad because our founding fathers would not have stood for this. Right? They wrote the Constitution, they wrote the First Amendment very intentionally and with very specific things in mind. And the fact that a university could possibly get away with something like this is just outrageous to me.
Students in the Free Speech Plaza say they're concerned when hearing that the Students for Life Club may not be benefiting from the same grants that other clubs receive from the university.
I think every organization should have the same amount. I mean, even with things like Greek Life and things like that too. I mean, they should be able to have speakers that are paid for by the university.
Oh my gosh, I really don't like that. That actually bothers me. I mean, we all have our own opinions and like they should be funding it. It's a student organization, it's a student club, like students come from different backgrounds, different beliefs. They should be funding that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just really sad about that. Like that's not even my side and I'm kind of like bummed by it, you know?
The suit is still in its early stages. Faulkner says she wants to make the Diversity Grant Review Board write a more objective policy about who gets grants and why. CSU has not yet been able to comment on the allegations.
A collision involving two vehicles at the intersection of Giddings Road and Richards Lake Road, about 6 miles north of campus, resulted in major injuries Sunday evening. The collision occurred when a state trooper driving their personal vehicle failed to stop at a stop sign. A 2017 Buick Enclave was hit by a 2016 Toyota Camry, and both vehicles ended up northeast of the intersection in a field. The driver of the Enclave and the front seat passenger had serious injuries and were transported to the Poudre Valley Hospital. The state trooper and their adolescent passenger were transported to the Medical Center of the Rockies with serious injuries. The Fort Collins police crash team shut down the intersection of the collision for 5.5 hours while the scene was being investigated. Police believe that no alcohol or drugs were involved in the collision. The investigation is still ongoing and will be presented to the Larimer County District Attorney's Office for review after the investigation is concluded.
Fort Collins police shot a suspect out of a home near Rocky Mountain High School Saturday morning. The shooting on the 1600th block of Hastings Drive resulted from what has now been confirmed as a fake 911 call. Austin Snodgrass, the 24-year-old suspect who is now in critical condition, called 911 at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. He falsely reported that there was an intruder in his home stabbing his roommate. When two officers arrived on the scene, Snodgrass, who at the time officers believed to be the fabricated intruder, exited the home holding a gun. Officer Matthew Braid fired several shots hitting Snodgrass. Braid was wearing a body camera at the time of the incident. It was later discovered that Snodgrass was holding a fake gun when he walked out of the house. Snodgrass was transported to the medical center of the Rockies and is in critical condition. Neither officer was injured in the incident. Contrary to Snodgrass's 911 call, there was no sign of disturbance and no one else in the home at the time of the incident. Right now, we are going to our live reporter, Brynn Carman, for an update on construction.
What can you tell us, Brynn?
Good evening, Willis and Marlo. CSU has been living up to its nickname of Construction State University the past few months as more and more construction projects have emerged. The newest construction development is the overpass at Shields and Elizabeth that began in December and is expected to be completed sometime in August. The project is currently in phase 2, which means traffic on Shields is reduced to one lane each way traveling north and southbound. There will be a complete closure of Shields Street from February 25th to March 19th, pending the weather conditions. This closure will complete phase 2 and begin phase 3. Phase 3 will also consist of various lane closures on Elizabeth, specifically near the Campus West businesses. Now jumping over a few streets to the east side of campus, reconstruction on the intersection of Prospect Road and College Avenue is preparing for more construction as well between mid-February and mid-April. Construction on the road will include turn lanes as well as an upgraded traffic signal to work on the road. This will also be in cooperation with other city and CSU projects such as the new medical center that is being built on the northwest corner of the intersection. The final and current construction site is the new CSU football stadium that is on track to finish in time for the 2017 football season. According to source, Lake Street will be closed at the stadium site from now until February 17th. The closure is from Whitcomb Street to the west side of the stadium fence. The road closure is because the construction site will be using a crane those weeks to place the scoreboard as well as building a support structure for the board. Now CSU PD urges all commuters to leave enough time to travel to your destination and use alternative routes for your everyday roads if they are being affected by the current construction projects. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brynn. That will do it for news, but weather anchor Sierra Cymes has the full forecast for next week.
Then later on, we have sports and entertainment.
Oh, it's this week.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back with your weather. I'm Sierra Cymes. This marks the 5th straight day that most mountains are reporting fresh snow. Here are the snowfall totals for the past 24 hours. 9 inches in Loveland and A Basin. Beaver Creek, 8 inches there. Telluride and Snowmass have seen 7 inches. And Copper Out Mountain, always popular, 5 inches there. Now, looking into tomorrow, we can see the forecast of increased snow in central and northern Rocky Mountains there. Now, we have been seeing a storm that has progressively been pushing in a counterclockwise motion, moving north. The combination of heavy snow and strong winds in southern Colorado has forced the Department of Transportation to close the major passes in southern Colorado. Wolf Creek, Coal Bank, Moles Pass, Red Mountain Pass, as well as Loveland Pass are closed for avalanche mitigation efforts. Now, if you are planning on heading into the mountains over the next few days, please check CDOT's website for possible closures. For tonight, 18 in Grand Junction, low 10s along the western slope there. Now, along the Front Range here, we are also seeing some teens. Pueblo, 17 degrees. We are seeing some teens as well in eastern Colorado. Lamar, 20 degrees there. Now let's look in tomorrow. For tomorrow's highs, we're looking at teens and 20s in western Colorado, 31 in Grand Junction. Along the Front Range, same story here. We're seeing some low to mid 30s as well as along the eastern plains and 37 in Lamar. Now we are going to have some mostly cloudy clouds throughout tomorrow, and let's look at the day there. At 9 a.m. we're starting starting off with 21 degrees here, moving into noon. 30s, low 30s throughout 4 p.m. for your late day commute. Now it is going to be mostly cloudy throughout the day, but those storms that we've been seeing for the past week or so, those are going to quiet down. Looking forward into the rest of the week, the temperatures are going to rise as we head towards the weekend, and some sun on Sunday, which is going to be a beautiful 54 there. Now we are expecting one storm starting on February 5th, but until then, some dry skies hopefully, and we are looking towards warmer temperatures. That's all for weather. Next, Tim McCall with your sports.
Hi, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. Go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Hello and welcome back, Rams. I'm Tim McCall, here to catch you up with all of the latest in the world of Rams sports. The CSU men's basketball will be back in action this week as they continue to battle for the top spot in the Mountain West Conference. Mountain West foe San Jose State University, who sits at 9-9 on the season, will visit Moby Arena this Wednesday at 7 p.m. to try to slow down a Rams team that has been playing very well as of late. The Rams are 12-8 on the season and 3-2 since the start of the new year. These two teams have already met once this season, a matchup that saw the Rams walk away with a 76-71 victory. A win in Wednesday's game would bring the Rams' conference record to 5-3 this year, a mark that would tie them for second place in the Mountain West Conference. With a win in Wednesday's game, the Rams will pick up valuable momentum heading into yet another conference game this weekend, as this Rams team will head to California to take on San Diego State University on Saturday. Head to Moby Arena this Wednesday night to see if the Rams can complete the season sweep of San Jose State and grab momentum heading into this weekend's important conference clash at San Diego State. As the CSU men's basketball team will be taking on San Jose State in Fort Collins on Wednesday, the Rams women's basketball team will be taking on the Spartans in San Jose. The women's game will tip off at 8 p.m. and will be available for broadcast on the Mountain West Network. The first time these teams met this season was the Rams' first game of the new year, and it was close throughout the entirety of the contest. The Rams ended the game victorious with a 70-67 nail-biting overtime win. The Rams have been able to ride the momentum from that victory and have yet to lose in 2017, winning 4 out of 5 games by double digits. A win on Wednesday will keep the Rams in second place in the Mountain West Conference, behind only Wyoming, who was undefeated in conference play this season. Mark your calendars for February 15th, when Wyoming will play your Rams in Moby Arena. The winner of that matchup will likely secure the #1 seed heading into the Mountain West Conference playoffs. However, before the Rams can focus on the playoffs, they must first focus on Wednesday's matchup versus San Jose State. Be sure to check out Collegian.com to see if the CSU women's basketball team is able to stay undefeated in 2017. CSU women's tennis was back in action this weekend, kicking off their season against the Colorado Buffs. The match marked the beginning of the Jared Camerota era at CSU, as it was his first match as the new head coach of the Rams tennis team. The match didn't go quite as the Rams had hoped, as the Buffs were in control the whole way, finishing the match with a 7-0 victory. Although the Rams struggled throughout the match, Coach Camerota said he saw plenty of positives, even though the outcome was not what they had hoped for. The young Rams team refused to give up and battled until the end of the match. Camerota and the Rams will look to continue to improve throughout the season and aim to finish with a better record than their 5-15 mark a year ago. Follow the CSU tennis team on Collegian.com and see if the Rams will be able to develop into a winning program this season. That's all we have for sports tonight, but next up it's Ryan Crist with all the latest in the world of entertainment.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
What is up, Rams? My name is Crist, and I'm your brand new entertainment anchor for this semester. You may remember me from the few times I sat in this first semester, but now I'll be here every Tuesday night, so you're welcome. Anyways, let's jump right into all things entertainment, starting with a sweet new business here in Fort Collins. A brand new donut shop has opened on South College and Laurel Street, but this donut shop isn't your typical bakery. It's called Peace, Love, and Donuts, and it's 100% 70s themed with memorabilia, tie-dyed shirts, and 70s music playing non-stop throughout the store. This place has it all. Store owner Bobby Wagner said the store's motto is to feed your inner hippie. Jeff Bennett, director of Peace, Love, and Donuts chain, said that his goal is to take donut making to the next level by making these half-size donuts right in front of you. Peace, Love, and Donuts is coming soon and should be expected no later than May. Well, I know I can't wait for this great new donut shop, and all I can say is you should be dancing your way down there the second it opens. According to the Coloradian, we are living amongst the stars because 15 people have appeared on reality television that are from our lovely town of Fort Collins. Most notably are Ryan Shutter, who was the last man standing on 2003's first season ever of The Bachelorette. A boy from Poudre High School in 2012, known as Sam Moton, who got judges Adam Levine, CeeLo Green, and Christina Aguilera to turn around on The Voice. He ended up picking Adam Levine's team, but didn't make it past the semis. Lastly, we have Isaac Calderio, who was on American Ninja Warrior, making history by completing the Stage 4 course in record time. All I can say is, keep being you, Fort Collins, because apparently it's working. In other Fort Collins news, with the Chinese New Year's coming up, a traditional group came all the way from China just to perform. At the UCA this past weekend, members of the Southwest University of the Arts from Kongjing, China visited in celebration of Chinese New Year. This ensemble brought along traditional instruments, and I sat down with Mike Solo, who told me all about them.
The performance we saw today was primarily a music focus. We didn't have the dancers. It's in our smaller organ recital hall. And the focus was really on the music performance and their instruments and voice.
This great talent, this ensemble brings fast and slow-paced songs and traditional instruments. Most notably are the gazoon, which dates back over 2,500 years ago, the yangqin, which is a Chinese hammered dulcimer, and the pipa, a 4-stringed lute with 30 frets. But when you put them together, they sound even more fantastic. Hopefully, these performers come back soon because they were fantastic and one of a kind. In TV news, get ready for your favorite wizards to come back. No, not Harry, Ron, or Hermione. I'm talking Alec, Justin, and Max. Yes, Wizards of Waverly Place has been toying the idea around for a reboot of the famed Disney show set 6 years in the future. This all started when Selena Gomez and David Henry sat down for a drink and started brainstorming ideas, like Justin having 15 kids or Max running a Jamba Juice instead of the family restaurant. Ending their night together, they made an Instagram video of Selena asking, "Should we do it?" Fans of the show everywhere went nuts. And after this video was posted, creator John J. Grenwald said that he's thinking big budget theatricals with a brand new tone. All we know for sure is that maybe next year our Wizards will return, and this time on the big screen. The 89th Oscars were announced earlier today, and if you aren't already, you will be singing City of Stars for the next few weeks, because La La Land is up for 14 nominations, which hasn't been done in 20 years since the Titanic. But that's not the only record breaking this year. 6 black actors are up for nominations this year, a record for the Academy. Now, while La La Land may have 14 nominations, it's not just all singing and dancing, because they have some stiff competition, especially in the Best Picture category. Their main competition in Best Picture comes from Arrival and Moonlight, both receiving 8 nominations. Some other good frontrunners that can take the prize includes Manchester by the Sea and Hidden Figures, both receiving high 90s on Rotten Tomatoes. For Best Actors, we see a lot of recognizable names, such as Ryan Gosling, Denzel Washington, and Andrew Garfield being at the top of these categories. The same being said for actresses with Emma Stone, Natalie Portman, and Ruth Negga, who seem most likely to take the prize. Now, I'm not sure who's going to take this year's awards, but it seems like it's going to be a close one. Before I sign off, Rams, I have one announcement to make. Tomorrow is a very special day because it is my mom's birthday. So Mom, I know you're watching. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Well, that just about does it for entertainment tonight. Make sure to tune in for tomorrow for Collegian Cook's show and have a great night, Rams.